I'm at a place called Teratai, and I've got a link in the description where we are. But as you can kind of gather already, we are on water. So I've got my car parked just over there, and I'm just standing out on one of the walkways. So there's several places that come in from here. People walk in from that section through there as well. So but this is where we're going. So let's have a bit of a wander through and have a bit of a look. So this place here is only about, I don't know, 40 minutes give or take out of Pontianak, and it really is quite a nice little spot. So we're right on the river mouth now. This is not the first person I've seen fishing here in this restaurant. So while yes, you got food that you will order and all that, but you can actually do a spot of fishing while you're here. How good that is, I don't know. But here in this section here, it's actually quite not too bad. It's a little bit more secluded here, but you got more for traditional areas where people can sit and just have something to eat. Man, I hope the wind's not affecting the audio quality too much. I really got to get a pair of cat's ears, or cat's eyes, or whatever they call it, along here. But it's actually not a bad little spot. Oh, I'm actually out of the wind here. But as you can see, you got some more tables around here. This is actually a very large area, and we're sitting way over there. So let's have a butt out over the water, which I always love. So let's have a wander through and make our way towards where we're sitting. It's actually a pretty strong breeze through here, so that's pretty interesting. But you know what, that makes it quite nice. The breeze itself is great. Makes it a little more difficult with the filming, but here we are inside the main section in here, and yeah, it's pretty good. And you're all over the water, so I can actually hear the timber floorboards creaking underneath me at the moment. So that there is interesting. But look, I don't know whether they're making more areas or not, but at the very least you can see all the water that actually we're over and above, and it is lovely just being over the water. And as you can see, you got some kids out here literally just fishing virtually from their table where we're gonna eat. So it's actually it's not a bad little novelty thing that you can do while you're here. And look, it's quite nice. As you can see, it does go on a bit. So we're sitting just literally just here, and my wife has grabbed a coconut, which I don't blame her. But let's have a wander down the end and have a look at what it's like down the end through here. So as you can see, this place just goes on a fair bit, but I really want to get to the end because it's interesting what you can see right here at the very end. Well, you can and you can't see. You can see it if you know what you're looking for. Fortunately, I checked all this on Google Maps first, so it does enable me to be able to look. But as you can see, you got the water, and everything here is quite nice. It just goes and goes, and it's starting to clear up, but you still have this beautiful breeze. I can see a bit of cloud just clearing off on the horizon there. But as you can see, you got the river here, and we are really close to the river mouth. And if we just come up to the end up here, and there's someone fishing right on the very end, so I won't disturb him too much. So I'll just come here. But just there in the distance there is the that's the ocean. So we're right at the edge of the mouth there, you've got a lot of stuff there. Now this is the northern bit of the delta from this river. So this river comes down and breaks up into a delta, and it's not a big delta, but it does break up into a delta. And you do have, so you've got a lot of marsh and shallow waters all the way through here. But yeah, you can see just out there, if I just come along here a little bit, now I'm right at the very end, you can see right at the edge there. So just past where whatever you can see, that's where the open ocean is, and you've got this really lovely breeze just wafting through. I'm just hoping that my it doesn't cause too much of a headache for the sound on this seat. I think I'm going to have to stop and buy some equipment for this after I finish. But it's actually quite interesting. If I just stand here and look here, look at all the houses out just over the water. You've got all these lovely houses, they're out of the water. Basically, they literally live on the water. They've all got boats. Boats for them are probably more important than cars in this sort of setting. But it's nice here, really is nice. Right now, I don't know what happened, but I'm actually secluded from the, almost completely secluded from the breeze, but it's still cool. And that's the good thing about what the ocean does. The sea breezes cools everything right down, even if you're not in the direct breeze, which is actually quite good. So this is basically, as you can see, what it looks like. So you've got there, then you've got towards the delta there. So that's actually not too bad. And I'm now, and if I face this way, you can see that's where the main building was, where we had started. So let's now head on over, and I'll show you what the food is like when it comes out. Anyway, catch you in a second. We've got some of the food so far. I've got my lemon teres, and as usual, that's absolutely delicious. And my wife has, she got a coconut. She does have lovely coconuts. Anyway, so not bad. I'm not a big fan of coconut juice, but that's actually quite nice. And we've got our rice, and so when the food comes out, speaking of when the food comes out,
That's your order.
it's just here. So let's put that down there. I'll put this over here, out of the way.
You need rice to the friends.
And
Just eat that.
look what I got. So a prawn dish with sweet and sour, and let's give it,
Not yet. Still tom yum.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
with a bit of rice. So I just mix the rice in with the sauces here.
Honey, you allergic with shrimp, right?
As long as I don't have too much, this is fine. So, no, it's not. Anyway, they've already chopped the heads off. The sauce there is absolutely delicious. Okay, let's, hang on a second, just got to give that to my wife. I'm going to put some of these shells over here. Prawns are delicious, but they can be, oh, that's for shells, is it? Prawns are delicious, but they can be a little messy. So, I'm not too sure what that. Okay, that's the rest of the head, and let's just de-shell them. One of the good things around here, as I noticed, there's a lot of washing stations, because you're going to want to do that because your hands are going to get very messy. Anyway, I'm just massacring this. Just a bit of shell in my mouth. So let's give this a try. That's very delicious. So
Careful.
So look, the food here really is
You allergy, I don't know that.
really is absolutely delicious. Obviously, having plenty of napkins is going to be a must with a meal like this. Some of the other meals aren't, and when you're as messy as this, but yeah, it really is nice. So look, this is really good. The food's great, the location's great, and yeah. So the only thing left for me to say is, well, cheers.